that have moved them to action, that have moved them to engage with you on an issue. So what I want to propose is that we think about building public relationships as really discovering somebody else's story of self. So first you have to figure out who you need to know to win your cause, to win your issue. So first you have to think about who is a partner that you want in this fight. Who's a member that you want to recruit? Who's a potential leader in your organization? So you have to think about who would fit that profile. And then you set up a meeting with them. And you make clear that why you're meeting with them. So you tell them, I really want to talk to you about this organization. I think you would be a great member, or I think you would be a great leader, or I think that you could connect me to this whole other community that we're trying to work in. So you're very clear about your purpose. And that's where the formality kind of ends. Then you really listen. And you really ask questions to get at what brought them to the work that they're doing, or to the community that they're living in, or what concerns they have. You really have to apply it to whatever you're working on. And remember the structure for Story of Self, where you try to figure out what challenges people have faced. This is what we're going to do in our one-on-ones. And so you figure out what challenges people are facing, and you figure out what drives them to do something about it. And you also share your story and what drives you to be working on this issue, what drives you to be working on this campaign. And you talk about how you think with more people, what kind of vision for the future could be accomplished if you bring more people along. And so you really propose a hopeful alternative through the work that you're doing, and you invite them to be a part of it. And that invitation is where you give people the agency to change their reality, or to join you in changing a bigger reality, and where you get a specific commitment. And so once you figure out that you share some of the same values, that you have some of the same visions for the future, and that there's work that you can do together, you get a specific commitment. And remember when Jake talked about that, there's one-on-ones that you have, and there's relationships that you develop that are new, and there's relationships that you develop that are ongoing. You want to turn a first meeting into an ongoing relationship. So you get that commitment, but then you also make a plan on how to follow up and how to keep that person engaged. So that's how you develop that's how you develop a relationship in organizing. And we're going to see a model of how that's done. And we're going to provide you a framework for how you can do that in your breakout sessions. So then we would have a role play of a one-on-one, which we're not going to do.
Okay. So you have about 10 minutes.
Yay!